Right, I don't know how I'm going to talk about this, to be honest, because it's hard. It's really hard.
Oh, you're going to say, oh. Do you know what he's going to say?
I know what he's going to say. You couldn't have asked for a worse audience for this one, honestly. Like,
I'm not.
I mean, that's literally just my entry, really, isn't it? just have them.
Mine, I don't know why I'm sad about it. I don't care. Half-Life. I don't care about Half-Life. Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2. Nah. I think the main problem is that I played Half-Life 1 when it was on like PS2, and I remember the demo for it, and always got a crowbar and that, and I didn't care. Like, oh, it's a head crab, and I sort of shot some stuff. And then nothing about the story of the world kind of got me in. And then everyone was like, oh my God, Half-Life 2 is this amazing game and it's the future and it's whatever. And I was like, yeah, it's cool. Like all that oil barrel rolls down the hill and everything, but it didn't really get me. And so I've played Half-Life 2 about 3 times. Like I tried it back at launch. Again, it was on the PS2 or whatever. I think it might be on the Xbox. Whatever it came out on consoles back then. Horrible frame rate and everything else. I got as far as, I think it's the bit where you're on the beach and you're trying to storm a thing. There's lots of stuff. I don't know, it's a thing. And it didn't work very well. And then I tried it again on the orange box, and then rebought it again on the Xbox because I thought, well, more hardware, it'll actually have a stable frame rate, and it does. Which the oil barrel rolls really nicely now. But it's just such a tech demo, and I should love it. I should love all the Combine stuff. I should love all the cyberpunk-esque future-y stuff about this like authoritarian government and all the face man, the guy that talks to you through the guy that's not G-Man, but G-Man's in there as well or whatever. And it just didn't click. I thought the combat felt really weird. Just kind of didn't have much weight to it. It's quite like you're kind of just pointing the camera at stuff. And then I don't know, I couldn't get around the whole PC tech demo thing. And I was like, I totally get why it's a huge deal and why it was this massive, showcase of Havoc physics back in the day. But for me going into it now, there wasn't enough narrative pull, story pull, character pull, whatever. And I actually, on a completely personal level, think that Gordon Freeman looks really lame. And I'm sorry, but he's got a crowbar and glasses on. And it's just not...
I take personal offense.
I know, what did I mean? I just don't, it didn't get me.
First to say, I really respect this franchise a lot. I think the work behind it is really good, like the writing and everything about it is crazy. But the thing is, it's just, the whole story of it is just, it's just massive, essentially. There's a lot to take in. There's a lot of random stuff which, well, it seems random, but if you go into it, it makes sense. But it just seems kind of like a lot to take in, and I can't get into Metal Gear Solid. I have tried it on the PS1 and also emulated on the PC recently as well, and I just can't get into it. I know everything about it is really good, like the gameplay and everything, but there's a lot of cutscenes to go through and there's a lot of talking and dialogue, and it's just a marathon of gameplay and cutscenes to sit through as well. And yeah, it just becomes a lot of it. I mean, like I said, I do respect Hideo Kojima and all of his work that he's put into it, but it's not really my cup of tea, really. I do like stealth games as well, but it's just not for me.
Well, I don't think anyone else is going to say this because mine is The Sims, because this is a franchise which has plagued me throughout my entire life. I grew up with my sister playing it, and then when I was a bit younger, I had a girlfriend who just absolutely wouldn't do anything but play The Sims in her free time, and I thought, right, you've got all the expansions for The Sims 2. I'm going to install it on my PC and give it a go. I want to see what all the fuss is about, because I've heard crazy stories about people building up, their families, locking them in, chambers of pure fire and death, and seeing, letting nature take its course. I want to see what crazy stuff I can come up with when I play The Sims and create my own characters. So I tinkered away, created my house, built it up, had a nice little swimming pool, made people who were, similar to people I knew in real life. All that was so fun. And then afterwards, I realized what the game actually was, and it's just you looking after these people and making them piss and and sleep and eat. It is boring, and it's hard as well. It's really hard to keep people satisfied, in their life, in their job, in their hobbies, in their love life. And it is too much work for me, and it's just kind of, it's repetitive and it's raw, and it's just a sort of, I was seeing my future playing it. I just saw these repetitive human actions over and over again. Doing the dishes, making food, going to work, going in the swimming pool, having a bit of hokey pokey at bedtime, and then that's all that life is. There's nothing beyond there. I didn't set anyone on fire. I didn't have aliens come and abduct me. It was the monotony of your life when you're in your somebody's.
It must be so hard to be Josh Brown and do his dishes and then go to his swimming pool. Oh, I'm sorry that you get to have sex every night with your loving partner. Oh, cry me a bloody river.
And I don't even get to walk around. I'm stuck in my house. You get to go to work, but then you just go off screen and come back 5 hours later, so you're trapped in this hellscape. And honestly, it was a waking nightmare every single second of it. Uninstalled it, wanted to snap the disc, couldn't because it wasn't mine, but wanted to compartmentalize it and put it away. Never played The Sims 3, never played Sim City, never played any other simulation game in my life because I'm scared about what it'll do to me and my health.
I'm following this on from last week because last week I talked about Spyro, and for me, it's the PS1, like the PS1 classics. Things like Crash and Spyro were two games I never got into as a kid because I didn't have them. I was happy with the PS1 games I had. I was happy playing Monsters Inc. Scare Island and The Italian Job and the first two Gran Turismo games. I was fine with, literally I was fine with that.
Italian Job,
What a great game. But I was happy with those. So, I didn't get into them, so I don't get that massive nostalgia kick when the remasters came out. Now, I did play both of the remasters. I played through Crash 1 on the Insane Trilogy. I got all the way through that, and it's really good. Spyro, on the other hand, I think I played through the trilogy wrong because I streamed it and I just did all three of them in one go. And that probably wasn't the best idea because they're not very interesting games. Now, this isn't me completely hating on Spyro. I can appreciate what it means to a lot of people. But coming into it late in the game and not being a kid, it's like, whatever, But yeah, it was that. It was Crash and Spyro with the games I just couldn't get into. Those big, like those games that defined childhoods that people get really excited about when they resurface again. I didn't have that. They were the things I didn't get into. If they turn around and remastered The Italian Job, oh damn, that would be awesome. But they won't because no one cares about that game. Though you should play it. But yeah, Crash and Spyro, just two things that I should have had as a kid. Apparently that's an essential thing to play.
I'm here to get cancelled twice over because there are two recent PlayStation 4 exclusives that I just couldn't get past, and I feel a profound sense of guilt over this because I'm fully aware that they're both amazing, but they came at a point in my life where I just couldn't be arsed. I was afflicted with CBA syndrome, when you have those moments where you look at your entire library and you just, this doesn't appeal to me anyway. It's Horizon and God of War. And I realized I've just put those in the same sentence for a chatty about games that you couldn't get past, and they're like two of the most brilliant games of the generation. The reason why I couldn't get into Horizon is because even though I loved the world and the world building there, I came at a point in time where I was just sick of open world video games, and I was there and I was like, you know what? I find the lore fascinating. I find it very interesting. But as the game opens up and you're encountering all these systemic encounters and collectibles and you go explore, I just wasn't that invested in Aloy, the character, and even though I thought the machines were very interesting and I was curious about the history of the actual world itself, I just couldn't get past the open world tedium. It's weird, I have a love and hate relationship with open world games. I feel as though if I'm going to invest in an open world, it has to feel organic, but I literally remember opening up the map for Horizon and just seeing icon after icon after icon, and I was just like, I couldn't get past it in a really weird way. And that's frustrating to me because I want to enjoy that game, but again, it just hit me with a brick wall at that point in time, which is a shame because I'm kind of a hypocrite when it comes to open world games. I love some really bollocksy Ubisoft open world games, but then when it came to Horizon, by all accounts, a unique IP that had offered a brand new idea. And the reason why I couldn't get into God of War, which is probably the more heinous of the two, that I couldn't, if you're going to put a game that you couldn't get into recently, God of War, to me, the pièce de résistance of the play at PS4 of this generation. Yeah, the opening to that game, I love, this is the thing, I have to qualify this thing, I absolutely love Norse mythology, I love old mythology. I didn't like the original God of War games because I just thought they were really cringy and outdated, but the new one, it was basically the Logan of video games, it kind of was reappraising the entire history of Kratos as a character and taking him into a slightly less extravagant mythos in the Norse Isia, and I was there playing it. I thought the intro was fantastic, I was really, really, engrossed, I thought the score was incredible, and then I get to the World Tree, or the Bifrost rather, and I get to the first realm, and I do all that. I think it's the Light Elf realm that's been taken over by the Dark Elves, and I'm enjoying it, I'm having a great time, I'm getting a feel for the combat. I love the way the axe plays, it's fantastic. And then you get on the boat and it starts opening up a little bit, and I'm doing a few little side side quest. I'm like, this isn't engaging to me. And then I finally finished that entire section, and I get back to the Bifrost, and I just put my controller down. I was like, I'm not enjoying this. And this is like what, solid like 4 or 5 hours into the game itself, and I was just like, I couldn't get past it. And it's a shame because again, God of War, amazing title. Objectively, a very good game, I am sure, but that opening bit, I just could not get past, and that's a shame because I want to try, I want this game to let me love it, but it won't let me because I don't know if it's down to impatience or whatever, but again, that opening bit, I just thought, if the game itself, I heard it gets put into an upper tier, like it really gets going in the next few chapters, but that opening chapter it was so grindy and just didn't, to me, exemplify all the good things people had said about it. So yeah, God of War, please don't kill me.
I won't even call it essential just because I think it was absolute trash, and that's Animal Crossing.
Julian!
Like, listen, man.
Listen, man!
Listen, man! See, this is the thing. I like wasting time in video games, but I can't get my head around Animal Crossing. I know that there are so many people out there who absolutely love that franchise, but it's just not for me. It's too slow-paced, it's too relaxed, and it's got a really horrible undertone. Like, you're effectively in slavery. You got to, like, this, what is it? A raccoon pops up and just says, "You owe me money." It's like, it's entrapment. He goes, "Oh, do you want a house, mate?" "Yeah, why not?" "Oh, it actually costs a lot and you're going to have to work it off bit by bit. I'll come back and I'll get some cash off you, get some bells off you." He's a fucking bellend. Like, I don't like being told what to do at the best of times. So to just be like, "Oh, now I'm just going to go and relax at fishing. But then I've got the existential dread. If I don't catch this whopper of a fish, then Tom Nook's going to send the boys round." You know what I mean? Like, I'm not into it. The only time that I like it is A, in Mario Kart, and B, in Smash, when you get the crossovers with that. Because you get to knock out of them. Like, I don't...
The most tranquil game anyone's ever made.
It's not!
It is!
It's stressful as hell! It's really stressful. I tried it. I played it on the GameCube, and then I played it on the DS. And I'm not gonna play it on the Switch because I don't have one, but it's just, every experience was the same. You wake up, you do these chores, you go to bed. It's very similar to what Josh was saying about The Sims. And it's like, my life is boring enough in real life. I don't want to go and sit home and think, "God, that was a stressful day getting milked at the content factory. What do I want to do to relax? Oh, I'm going to go escape into a vibrant world of colourful creatures and animals and do cool with my life." Like, it literally just feels like you're treading water and I'm slowly drowning, and yet I feel like the insane one because I'm the only one saying, "This isn't right. Fight for something. Stand up, leave your computer screens, go out there and do something."
Or just buy a better couch.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. Now, if you want more chatty faces, why not watch through the rest of our playlist? But I just want to say a big thank you to the brilliant channel sponsors for voting on this week's chatty question. And if you want to join the vote, then why not consider hitting the join button and becoming a sponsor today? And we will see you next week. Bye!